Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Sims 2 Let's Go Build. Today we will be working on more of the basics. We'll build the walls up for the rest of the house, add stairs and basic rails to the decks, and play around with some of the other features. We'll also be focusing on mostly the exterior of the house and adding some definition. So as you can see, I'm building up the third floor, and I'm starting by building up the back room, which in the end will change. I have made some tweaks to it, but at this point it is just the basic shell, so it can be changed. I ended up adding a second deck where I just put that wall. There's another deck right there. And that also is just another nice entertaining zone. This floor is mostly going to be for entertaining, though I think I made it so that there was a second bedroom up there. And I may even add a third bedroom, as the house is so big it could have more than one room. I might add a guest bedroom. I haven't decided on that yet. Right now the building's looking a bit like a cube, so I think in the next episode I will do a bit of tweaking to the shape. I'm just deciding on flooring for the decks now. I just had to pick out some stuff, although I believe I changed most of it. I'm just laying down the flooring for all the upstairs, as you can see. This is definitely not the most interesting bit to watch, but soon it'll get a little more interesting. This is just the foundation, so if you bear with me, it'll get a lot more interesting to come. There's a lot of tweaking to this. Alright, so now I'm just adding some more stairs, and I'm gonna fiddle around for a bit with that. Gotta find out exactly where you want the stairs, otherwise it'll look weird and you won't be able to place walls and furniture around it. See, that kind of it looks okay downstairs, but I think upstairs it's pretty close to the deck. I will upload this house to Mod The Sims when I'm done with it, if I can figure that out. You'll have to bear with me again, because this is my first time uploading to Mod The Sims. Hopefully that goes well, but not my first time building a mansion, but my first time uploading to the web. There's a random wall. Who knows why that's there? We'll just take that out after we remove the decking, or add decking. What am I talking about? Add the fencing around the deck. Now that railing is just so that we know it's a deck. I have not settled on it. I do change it and make it a little more traditional later on. I believe next episode I will be adding paint and finishes to the exterior of the house and going on with some of the decking stuff. This episode is mostly more bones, but it's going to look good by the end of this season. It already is starting to take shape, but it definitely needs a bit more definition in a few spots. And don't worry, that will come. This house is going to have lots of windows and a great view. My pets are going crazy for some reason. Silly animals. Alright, so we put the railing on. I'm not sure what's going on here. What am I doing? I don't like not being able to see what settings I'm fiddling with, because obviously whenever I pause, I am playing around with settings. So for instance, I'm playing around with the stairs right now, but you can't see what staircases I'm looking at. So I'm going to have to change that for season 2. I'll try to figure that out before I film it. Now I'm just placing some basic staircases where I want them and just kind of fiddling with the sizing and locations of them. I want to make them as symmetrical and beautiful as possible. Got the music stuck in my head now. I think I settled on 5 stairs, 5 or 6. But again, I had to pick the right finish for them, but I probably will go back and change all that later as well. Lots of fiddling in this game, and Sims 2 makes it very difficult because you can't delete things all at once for some reason, and there's just some funny things it does. I've been playing Sims 3 recently, so Sims 2 is a lot more complicated. But I only have Sims 3 for the Xbox, and I had it on my laptop, but the laptop crashed, so we're back to Sims 2, which I own most of them, so that helps. So there are a lot of expansions attached to this house, so it may be more complicated to download. I will try to make it as easy to download for other people as possible. I'm pretty sure it just switches the furniture and stuff to stuff that's in the game if it doesn't work. But I can't guarantee that because I haven't downloaded from one of the Sims that often. Not since I started playing recently. When I was playing in the past, I downloaded a lot, but it's been a while. Alright, so I kind of fiddled around with putting a staircase going down there, and it didn't want to go, so I decided to stop that idea. It just wasn't able to make the gap. So I just left them as 2 separate landings, and now I'm putting in the space for the front door, like I'm putting the stairs where the front door is. So that wall is actually where the front door will be, and later on I will fiddle around with some of the stuff that goes there. I believe it's the next episode that will have lots of work with windows and doors, and I think I fiddle around with the roof a bit too. This episode's a lot of the exterior of the house still and just the walls and just building up those aspects. Now I'm just playing around with the different decking again, trying to get the right tones. Because you have to have the outside of the house looking nice before you can pick the inside and stuff. And then it kind of blends together once you figure all that out. It's a little bit of a process trying to pick the right decking and the right walls, right railings. Everything's just kind of a bit of a game. You have to like pick the right stuff, and it's very difficult to come up with the right combination. Right now it's going in more of a contemporary direction, but it starts to go more traditional after this episode, I think. Or maybe even during this one. We're fiddling around again in places we can't see. I'm definitely gonna have to fix that. Alright, looks like I have decided to build out the side door. And I decided after making the house that it was too square and I wanted to build another entryway just to give it a little bit of depth. So I'm just building another platform, although I'm having fun with that. Fiddling with it. It was kind of difficult to get the right shape to start. I wasn't sure how to go about doing it. I finally decided to use the foundation, build up, and then delete some of the foundation and put flooring, because otherwise it would have looked funny. Oops, what are we looking at? Interesting view. So I decided to go with an octagonal shape, well, half octagon, I guess, for the side entryway. I thought it looked kind of elegant and added some depth. And it just, gave that extra layer that the house really needed. I was trying to make it so there was no front to that and it would just have the staircase going straight into it, but that didn't work, so I added that back on the porch and made it have a front deck, a deck in front of it. Again, there was a lot of fiddling involved trying to make that work. It just wouldn't do it right. It did do it, but it didn't look right, so I ended up putting the deck back. As you can see, I'm pretty sure I'm adding it back now. Or maybe not. I'm fiddling around. Yeah, I was grabbing the foundation. So I add the foundation back and color it to the style of the deck. And this just added a little front porch. Well, side porch, I guess. Which I think you'll agree will add quite a bit of definition to the house once you see it finished. Now I'm just deleting the inside wall so it's actually part of the room. And then I'm going to, I think I add the railing now. Yeah, I'm adding the railing. And then I think I build up the walls of that room. We will find out. No, I'm adding the staircase first, I'm pretty sure. Yep, stairs. 3 steps to make it even with the width of the door, or at least where the door goes. And I'm fiddling again. And I'm kind of going around. It was really stupid because Sims 2 has a lot of, the grid's really hard to fit things on, and the doors never line up properly, so you have to go with a single for a 3 square section. So I kind of fiddled around with doing windows and doors, or just doing one door, and I think I ended up deciding on doing full windows around the whole octagon and a single door, which looked very nice. But it took a little bit to pick the right door and pick the right shape. I don't think I got to fiddling with that properly till later. I think I got frustrated. So if you're enjoying this, please feel free to comment, send me a message and add it to your favorite, follow the show. I'd love if you added it to your favorites and playlisted it, as it is already in the playlist. You can play it from episode to episode. It's very nice of you to share it, and if you want me to, you can always give me recommendations for what you think I should do as well. And just tell me how you think it's going and where you think it should go. I've mostly done the house already. This is all back filmed. Season 2 will be a lot more interactive. I will be filming it as I go. But this was kind of a project I've been working on for a little while, and this is more the steps of how it happened, and I'm not actually done it yet, so there is room to go back and tweak later. And it looks like I've decided on a door for now. I think I ended up putting the windows, well, I know I ended up putting windows all around there, but I don't know if I did it yet. There's a lot of pausing involved because of the toolbar at the bottom that you can't see. I am going through the tools, I'm pretty sure, to find the right door, right windows, and it's very difficult to find them sometimes. There's never quite the right set because none of them are really evened out for each other. So you kind of have to use cheat codes and stuff. I'm pretty sure I've used, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. Move objects on. Yeah, I used move objects on so I could insert the door inside the windows. And that cheat just enables you to move objects and put them where they normally wouldn't be allowed to go. And that's what I'm doing right now. Those windows, I think I inserted a door into that next. And don't worry, before I upload it to Mod The Sims, I will be testing it. And if stuff doesn't work, I will put out another video of all the things I've tweaked. And that will be like, I guess it would be the last episode probably of tweaking, and maybe I'll even film the Sims going about so that you can see what goes wrong and why. Although sometimes it can be frustrating watching the Sims go around the place and, like, you know, get frustrated and stomp their foot. That can sometimes get very annoying. So we'll see. Maybe I won't film it. I'll film it for sure, but I might not upload it. We'll find out. My dog is snoring. For spring, it's not very sunny out there. It's really rainy right now. I know you're not here, but you know, it was pouring rain a minute ago and now it's back to normal, but it's very gray. Yesterday it was beautiful and I want to come back. Jeez, so many doors. If you guys have any recommendations of a door, even if it's like Mod The Sims, if you have a Mod The Sims door you'd like to recommend, you can leave the link in the the comments, and I will check it out and hopefully download it and put it in the video. And we'll see how it looks. Also, railings, anything else that you think would make the house look very nice. Feel free to add a link in the comments and I will check it out and download it, hopefully. Alright, looks like I've moved on to the front door finally. And we'll be placing stuff there and just kind of fiddling with it. I went for very tall windows because I wanted it to look very grand for the entrances. And hopefully it gets that effect, although it was kind of hard to find the right door to place, as none of them fit the space. Or they didn't look right with it. That was the one that fit the best, I think. Although it took me a few... that one's not bad. Yeah, I like that. I think I decided on that. And as you can see, the path is... I think it's kind of crooked, yeah. So I needed to remove the staircase and add another rail or move the door over, which I think is what I decided to do. Not really sure why I decided to do that. Now I've got to do it on the other side. Well, that was weird. Okay, so apparently I decided to just add another piece of stair instead of taking one off, which is kind of weird, but I don't know, I guess it seemed reasonable at the time. I guess that's what we're doing. So I'm just gonna move the railing now since it doesn't need to be there. I guess it does look more grand now. Yeah, I like that. We'll add the railing back on. And then we can, I don't know, I think we go over here now. Alright, this was a bit of a tricky situation because we have the L-shaped hallway and an L-shaped deck. So I had the dilemma of deciding if I wanted to put 2 doors going into the main space or if I wanted to leave it with just 1 door and like a wraparound deck. So I fiddled around with that for a bit and decided eventually that I didn't like the look of the door on that side. It was just too many doors going into it, too many entryways, too many doorbells. Like imagine someone ringing one door and you're not knowing where to go. You'd have to check out every single door first, and that would be a nightmare. So I think I just decided to get rid of the door. I did get rid of the door and put in a whole bunch of windows. And I'm thinking that area I will add some like deck chairs and some flowers and just make it a good little seating area. A little inviting guest area for people to sit in when you're entertaining. I'm just fiddling around with the staircase for a bit. Apparently I want to get the right tones, which is a good thing to have when you're fiddling with the house. I'm a little bit, I jump back and forth sometimes. I get sidetracked and get distracted doing other stuff. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this. So I think I'm gonna go upstairs now and add another staircase, maybe. No promises, I don't know what I'm doing. Looks like I'm trying to decide on the staircase again. Yeah, looks like I changed my mind on it. I'm just changing the color to make it a little bit more contemporary, but a lot of the stuff on Sims 2 is very traditional, so it's kind of difficult. I went for just something simple to start. I don't know if I changed it. I think I kept the staircases the same because I like the red rails with the white paint. So I think I ended up sticking with that. Looks like we're going to work on the 3rd floor for a bit. At least adding the staircase to go up to it. And I just kind of swung the staircases back and forth so it zigzagged. Just to make it simple. I'm thinking that railing needs to go. Maybe I left it in, I can't remember. Probably left it. No, I think I got rid of it. Yeah. Oh, I got the Sim song stuck in my head. Fiddling with staircases is fun. Not. Alright, we're gonna have to fill in the floor, but I think that's where we're gonna leave the staircase. It seems to fit there. It's kind of an awkward spot for a staircase, which was the one problem I had with it. But there wasn't a lot of options on where to put it unless you wanted to put the staircase really far away from the other one, which I wasn't so fond of. So we just left it there. Now I'm looking at it, I think I'm gonna change the layout later. I ended up adding a bathroom up there and another bedroom. Or maybe that's, no, that's the master, so the one upstairs. Yeah, there's another bedroom upstairs. I kind of tried fitting things in random spots. I just tried to fit it in somewhere else because I didn't like where it was, and it ended up going through the deck, which was really not where I wanted it. That was like the ultimate awful spot for it. Who needs a deck with staircase going right through the middle of it? That's not very luxurious. I tried moving this one around. It was just, the staircases were really tough to get in the right spot. So it took a lot of going about trying to figure it out. And just so you know, when Sims 4 comes out, I will be starting a series based off of Sims 4. At least I hope to, once I buy it, of course. And it will also be builds and other Sim related videos. See that just went through the deck, that just looks bad. Ugh. We just kind of settled for the other one because it was not working. We might go back and fix that later. I haven't decided on the exact location, it was just not working. Yeah, as I was saying, Sims 4, when it comes out, I will be starting a series similar to this one, but with Sims 4, and I'm hoping it will be very exciting, and I'm going to buy it as soon as it comes out. I'm excited for that. I may also film some sim tutorials of other sorts, and just general vlogging. I definitely check out my vlog if you like interior design or any of that sort of thing, or are a student. It's a student vlog about interior design, my program. I haven't done a lot to it. I'm sorry, I've been lazy and it's a lot of work. I'm working on putting in some more videos. I've been busy, and when you're a student, there's not a lot you can actually show on the videos. I'm planning to show some drafting elevations in the next one. But if you're interested in that, you can check that out and give me some feedback. I'm always looking for feedback and ways to upgrade my channel, you know, helpful tips and hints. If you've got any suggestions, that's also good. Now, our video is going to end pretty quick. I'm adding in the square for the bathroom, but after that, I think there's just some small tweaks. So once the video ends, if you would send me a thumbs up and a comment about what you liked about the video, what you didn't like, some hints. Perhaps you could just tell me some colors you think the walls should be. Give me a suggestion for what I should do with the front yard. And maybe just, yeah, give me some feedback. That would be wonderful. All right, so as you can see, that's the first part of that little nook outlook thing. And I do bring it up to the third floor. You can give me a little feedback also on how you think that looks. I think it improves the shape of the house quite a bit, but feedback on that would be wonderful. It does go up to the third floor. I'm not sure if I probably put that in. Yeah, I do. I'm just fiddling right now with some of the tools to figure out what goes best. I was playing around with windows for a while here. And I think I decided I did decide to go with just full-on windows all around in the same style. And I think, well, I don't know if you'll agree with me, but I think it looks quite nice once I did that. It brings in a lot of light to the house, and it also just adds that extra shape that wasn't there before, which is something it really needed, I think. I'm just playing around with the roof, but then I decided to add the third floor, and so I decided to stop at that. It was going into the third floor, which wasn't okay, so I decided to delete the roof and just add the third floor nook as well, which just made that one big stately outlook of the neighbor's property. We'll just pretend the neighbors have like a forest or something. I think I did end up planting a forest on the actual Sims map right beside that anyways, so it's okay. They'll have a nice view of the woods and maybe some nice nature scenes. I was trying my best to give it a little bit of dimension by adding a roof there, but it just kept going through the house. I think that'll be a lot easier in Sims 4. I know it's easier in Sims 3 to do stuff like that. It's a little more difficult in Sims 2, as you have to really tweak things and use lots of cheats, which I am not so good at with Sims 2. I actually just got back into Sims 2 recently because I've been doing a lot of schooling and my game was crashing and I had to fix a few things. So I've gotten back into it really recently. Before that it was a lot more sparse. The roof just kept going into the house, so that wasn't working. The roofs are just being funky today. Anyways, I think that concludes our video. Check back in next week to see, well, not next week, next time, for some more stuff on the house. I will be adding the roof, well, a temporary roof. I will be finishing off this tower, unless I finish it off now, which I haven't. And I will be playing around with some other aspects, such as paint and windows. So like, thumbs up, and thanks for watching.